make your habits stick forever. Have you ever wondered why most individuals fail to develop habits that last? There might be a number of reasons for this, but one main one is that they are inconsistent with them. They may fulfill their habit target one day, but then something comes up and they skip the habit entirely the next day. But the objective of any habit is to form one in the first place. This entails doing it every day without fail. So, how is that possible? How can we make our habits stay by being consistent with them? The solution is to make our behaviors more elastic. Let me show you. Let me introduce to you Alex. Every year, he makes his New Year's resolutions, which are 2 hours of daily guitar practice, 5 times every week exercise at the gym, yoga and meditation at 5 a.m. Those are excellent goals to aim for. Every year, though, Alex fails to make them a habit. He keeps it up for a time, but his habits normally break apart after a month. And it's easy to see why. While his objectives are attainable, they leave little room for flexibility and are tough to maintain at this level of intensity. When Alex returned home from work, fatigued, he had no desire to practice the guitar for 2 hours. As a result, he didn't practice at all. He avoided the gym that day because it felt too tough. And because he preferred sleeping, he frequently missed his 5 a.m. yoga time. Alex was unable to even begin his habits when he was having a bad day. Thus, his habits collapsed as a result of his inability to be consistent. Alex, on the other hand, took a different approach to his routines this year, a more elastic one. First, he expanded the variety of his habits. His original exercise goal was to go to the gym, but now he has 2 more possibilities, either going for a run or playing basketball at home. This gave Mike more opportunities to be consistent with his exercise. Second, he classified those into 3 difficulties: basic, average, and extreme. For basic habits, he had to run for 30 minutes or play basketball for 10 minutes. That is all. But if he wanted his habit to count as average, he had to run for 10 minutes or play basketball for 20 minutes. And finally, for the habit to count as extreme, he had to run for 30 minutes or play basketball for 1 hour. Now, whenever Alex went to the gym, that automatically counted as an average completion. Another crucial thing Alex did was set up a large calendar in his room to track all of his habits. He slapped a color sticker on it whenever he finished the habit for the day. He applied a green sticker on his basic habit. He used a blue sticker to represent his average habit. He also applied a red sticker for completing his extreme habit. In addition, the calendar was strategically placed in a visible location and acted as a reminder. This way, he wouldn't forget to finish the habits as he had with his previous systems. He was driven to keep going by the calendar since he didn't want to break his streak. It didn't matter to Alex whether option or difficulty he reached that day. All that mattered to him was that he stuck to his routine and never missed a day. Alex was able to keep his New Year's resolutions thanks to this technique. His previous systems compelled him to go to the gym, but if Alex was having a bad day, he would often skip it entirely. However, now, when he is fatigued from work and does not feel like exercising, Alex does the basic version of his habit, which is going for a run for 3 minutes, since it is so simple and easy to perform. The important thing is that he was able to maintain his habits. But maybe Alex will be a little more enthusiastic the next day, so he could opt to play basketball in his backyard for 20 minutes, which is his average habit. Beginning anything is frequently the most difficult task we face. However, having a basic or average version of the habit makes starting easier since it is less overwhelming. If you know you have an hour of exercise ahead of you, you're less inclined to begin. But knowing you only have to work out for 3 minutes makes it seem less daunting. And once you get started, it's a lot simpler to keep going because you're already doing it. Alex's previous habit system had him do the exact same amount of exercise on busy days. But elastic habits give him more freedom to do less during an exhausting day and more on a good day. Everyone wants to be extremely productive every day. However, if you believe that only basic habits are acceptable, you will be disappointed. Life is dynamic rather than stagnant. You may become sick, come home fatigued, or have a deadline to meet with little time to spare. Would you be able to maintain the habit in those situations? Most people just skip it altogether and do nothing instead. But it's that exact thinking that we should give our 100% all the time that keeps people from forming habits that stick. Consequently, it's far preferable to have imperfect but regular habits than perfect but seldom habits. That is why you should make your routines more flexible. When life gets in the way, you can still accomplish the basic version since it is less frightening. More significantly, you will always accomplish something, which is far preferable than doing nothing. Now, on a different day, when you feel motivated and energized, you can do the plus or even the elite difficulty. It's the greatest feeling when you complete that difficult task. But if you force yourself to go for outrageously ambitious goals all the time, it can burn you out and keep you from forming good, lifelong habits. You don't want to despise your habits now, do you? That is why you need all 3 difficulties. Each person responds uniquely to different difficulties. That's why how you size your goals should be completely up to you. However, your basic goal needs to be something you can do every single day without exception. On top of that, you should be able to complete the habit on the worst day of your life. If you miss any days, it means your basic goals are too big and too difficult. You need to make them even smaller. This will solve your consistency problem and keep you going. So be like Alex and keep your basic goals as easy as possible. That means playing one song on the guitar, yoga at 7 a.m., or running for 3 minutes. Since you are in control of your own habits by making them elastic, you could adjust or alter them depending on your situation. For instance, Alex was doing the 3 versions of habits for quite some time now, and he wants to escalate the difficulty. So instead of 3 minutes running to his basic version, he adjusted it to 4 minutes to make it more challenging. Habits that are truly elastic are those that are performed repeatedly and consistently. It doesn't matter what time of day you do them or what order, but you must complete them every day. And it's quite exhausting thinking that you must fulfill them every day. But it's actually not that difficult once you do the basic version of that habit. And if you can only manage the easiest version, don't beat yourself up. You are, after all, continuing to advance on a daily basis. Every small step forward is a victory. Why? Because a drop makes a bucket. Take note that those who advance little by little are the ones who are near to their goal. And you can achieve that once you make your habits elastic. Thank you for watching and liking this video. Make sure that you are already subscribed to this channel so you get notified on our next videos. See ya!